Hello, my peeps. I think you're there. Let's just see if you are. I am frustrated with technology once again. Oh, good Lord. I'm trying to see if I can see you on, if it shows that I'm live. It does show that I'm live. It shows it on my phone. It doesn't show it on my computer because, why would that be helpful? So anyways, tech with technology, let's just have some fun. I am Tracey, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, the paper pusher, and the person who forgets to introduce herself almost every single time on her videos. Really working on it. But I think part of the reason is because by the time I get to the stage where I should say, hey, it's Tracey, I'm already annoyed with the technology. Zoom was crashing again. Now, I haven't used Zoom in between. I'm thinking of setting up a Zoom thing, so maybe that's a good idea. But I think I just have to randomly go like 2 days from now and just try to see if Zoom works or if it only crashes when I want to do a live. I know I'm not usually a conspiracy theorist, but excuse me. Okay. I'm also wondering why the province of British Columbia calls me so often. I can hear my phone. Seriously, if you want me to think you're not spam, maybe don't just have your name as the province. Like, try a little harder. Okay, there's stuff coming up. I have to show you. I had so much fun, and I realize now it's not even going to help that much. But let me do this so I can focus on one thing at a time. I'm going to try to rein in the squirrels this time, see if we can go a little more, stable. I also tried to print, and I hit print, and the printer wouldn't do anything until I was like fighting with Zoom, and then all of a sudden it started to print. I'm like, perfect timing. Okay, but now we have visuals. I like to have visuals. Okay, so Thursday. I have so much stuff out to show you guys. Thursday is the 18th. So on Thursday, there's a sale on all of the stamps and stamp tools, except for things that are in the last chance list. So at first I'm like, stamp tools, and I was actually talking to somebody. I don't think I put this particular one in the newsletter. I have a ton of these blocks, right? Clear blocks. But I need one more of this particular size, because the way I have them set up on my desk, and I'm not actually sure, maybe I can lift them up. Fun facts. So I said I'd get the squirrels under control. Yeah, right. Okay, so here you go. This is how many clear blocks I have. Okay. Oh, actually, you know what? It would be so much better if I just did it this way. It's also super heavy. But I have to do that other way. Okay. So, but if I take one of these big ones, some of these are like retired sizes too, then this whole row all slides and falls. And what I need is one more big block here. Like, these are the ones from kits. I have, and I probably have 5 or 6 more at least in the class thing that I just always leave in there because I forgot once to bring blocks. And so now I always just make sure there's blocks just in case. When we go to a class, an event of any kind, I like to bring like lots of assortments of little ones in different sizes, and I got the long skinny ones. But if nothing else, I have these ones. So what I needed was one more block. Now, I haven't bought blocks since I started about 14 years ago. I get lots of kit ones. I have a few different kit ones in here. It's not like I have a shortage of blocks, but I was like, I'm just going to order myself one more block so that these things quit falling and annoying me. No sooner do I do that than I find out they're going to be on sale next week. So you can thank me. It's like when you wash your car and it rains, you can thank me because the stamp tools are on sale because I bought a block for the first time in 14 years. Stamps go on sale once a year. I don't remember the tools going on sale before. Let's use technology and not kill my arms. Oh, just a minute here. That's a little too close up of me. It just takes up too much room. Just a minute. We'll just do that one. Okay, I've lost where the camera is. There we go. Okay, so when we go back to the other view, I should pop back up again. One never knows. Let's see how well I did. I'm trying to find my comments again. I lost my comments. There we go. You have to do it in the right order. Everything's overlaid over top of each other, so you have to do it the right order. Okay, so this is the Stampin' Up. Look how close it all of a sudden got. This is the customer view of what you see of the Stampin' Up website. So right now, oh, look at that. That's perfect. I can, as soon as I figure out which direction I'm going, there we go. I can put it down so I don't even have to hold it. So the little hamburger up here in the corner, the 3 little lines. If you want to pre-shop and decide what you're doing, if you go down here where it says shop products, stamps are stamps, right? So that's easy enough. You go to where it says stamps, and it's stamps. As long as you don't pick last chance, which I'll show you in a minute where that is, it'll show up as last chance. So like even if it shows up in the stamp thing, you'll be able to tell the ones that are last chance aren't going to be on sale. And if you look down here at the bottom, it says tools and storage. So if you click on tools and storage, there's coloring tools, cutting and scoring, embossing tools, multi-purpose tools, stamp tools, and storage. I think, but I do not know for sure, that it is just the stamp tools category specifically, which is the blocks, the cleaning, and the grid paper. Now, I will tell you, you can hit shop all and it will show you all three categories at once. You don't have to. These are like essentials. These are the good things. This is a great time to get more blocks on sale. Masking paper. I might get a couple new chamois because my chamois all pretty much look like this. And because they still work, I don't buy new ones. This is one chamois cut in half because it fits better in my little dish. Because they still work like that, but it would be nice to have like fresh ones every now and again, and they're on sale, you know. The Pierce mats, more blocks, the Stampin' Scrub. I love my Stampin' Scrub. And for some things, when you get it, like when you get a stamp really dirty, that is the answer. The cleaner, like, right? So I think that's the tools that are on sale. Now, you want to go pre-shop, this is how you do it. But on the actual day of, if you go back to that 3 thing, there's going to be specials. And I realize this is not actually very readable, is it? I don't know if I'm going to get it readable. If I hold it up like this, then I'm going to hold it steady. Let's just face it. There we go, specials. So if you click on specials and you hold it steady enough that it will focus. Sound effects makes it better. Come on. Okay, well, I'll just tell you what it says. Right now it says bundled savings, and then it says last chance products. So last chance products, not included in the sale. At like midnight 01 on Thursday, the 18th, there will be a new line added there that says 24-hour stamp sale or some version of that. So you'll be able to click on that and it will show you everything that's on sale. Plus it will show you what the sale price is. 15%, not the easiest one to work out in your head. The beauty of it though, is 15%. If it makes it easier for you to sort of plan ahead, you pay 11% shipping, and then you pay 5% GST. But if you reduce the price by 11% off the get-go, then you're actually paying less GST too. So by the time you're done, if you look at, you're getting 15% off, 11% for shipping, 5% for GST, but you reduce things that reduce 15% off pretty much means you're getting free shipping and GST. Like if you look at it that way, right? So that basically means whatever the price today is probably pretty close to what the price you're going to pay is, because it's going to go down by 15 and then it's going to go up by shipping and GST. So it's going to be, that's pretty much what you're saving. Anyways, you know me, if I can save shipping or I can save tax. So I did buy a couple stamp sets last week. I did the pre-order and then there's a couple other things, you know, you see all the good stuff and you want it. And so I did buy a couple extras, stamp sets. And of course, yes, they're on sale. Will I buy more? More than likely. Okay, so this is Thursday. So you have to let me know by Wednesday night if there's something you want to order. If you have your own order and it's $99 or more, you're basically paying the same shipping. I will help you. I can send you the link if you need. You can give me the stuff. I order it for you, whatever. But yeah, if you want to get in on the group order, I'm going to order it first thing in the morning, because if you can get in first thing in the morning, then you get, you know, in the queue for shipping, it doesn't take nearly as long, because shipping is already taking a couple days to get things out of the warehouse because the new catalog launched. It's the most popular crafting time of the year. Then there's this, and then the week after, so excited about the week after, another thing goes out, and then the week after that, new kits and a pre-order for demonstrators. So like each time there's something. So like I like to be first in line on the shipping. Okay, let's get to the next thing. I'm so excited about this. I love an advent calendar. So yes, I told the story in my newsletter. I'm going to tell you anyways. We've had new, like when we were kids, we got the 99, I think they're 99 cents. They're like $10 now. But you know, the little chocolate ones where you popped them open and there was a little tiny chocolate. And if you were sneaky, you popped them out the back and dropped them down the open holes. And then I don't know why we did it, because then eventually you hit a day with no chocolate. But anyways, so starting with those, you know, And moving on up, I used to buy my son the Lego ones. And then I realized all you got was little bits and pieces. And so I would buy a Lego set that cost the same amount as the calendar. And I would photocopy and cut apart the instructions and break the kit into 24 different things so you could build like an entire good kit. We've had dog ones. We've had a mix of things. We've had ones with tasks on them, like fun events or things to do, chocolates, tea. What else? We had another. Oh, puzzles. We had puzzles last year. Thank you, Diane. Puzzles last year were awesome. So I love advent calendars. So when I saw this advent calendar crafting, oh, count me in. So this is what is going to go live next Tuesday. I'm ordering mine at midnight because I know that these are going to go fast. There's a limited amount. You never know how many. And when they try something new, they're using an educated guess. They're not just wild arse guessing. It's not swag, silly wild arse guess. They're actually using an educated guess. And sometimes they will send a kid out ahead of time to like a small group of people and say, would you buy this or not? Here's the price point. And then based on that answer, they order accordingly. They did that with the Halloween houses and boom, they were gone. They like the feedback they got and the actual reality they got, vastly different. So they are doing their best, but one never knows. So these are going to be what I wrote it in my newsletter. Darn it, I should have wrote them down. It's $136 plus shipping and tax. I think the answer was $158.51. It was a weird number in Alberta, right, where we just have shipping and GST. So that's what it costs. And what you get is a stamp set and this cool box. Stamp sets and cool box. And inside of this cool box are 12 different things. Now, these are not all, I'm going to do this because it's distracting me. These are not all like designed for Christmas, right? I think some of them will be because when you get it right before Christmas, you want to be able to make Christmassy stuff, but it's for year-round stuff. The stuff that's in here is exclusive, right? So there's going to be a set of dies that go with this stamp set that don't go anywhere else. The stamp set is not in the box. It's with the box, right? So it's already open when you get there. And anybody who orders through me, I'm going to throw in a stamp case because it looks like they don't come with a stamp case, and it is so much easier when you can put them in a case. Although I probably still will just go with the stamp case because we're actually going to start getting stamped envelopes, but we don't have them soon enough. Maybe we will have them soon enough. If we have them soon enough, then that's what I'm going to do because then you guys can see what the new stamp case or stamp envelopes are like. I'm going to write that down on here so I remember to check for the envelopes. So this is $136 plus shipping and tax. So yeah, like I said, let's just go with 159, 160. I think it's 158.51. That number sticks in my head. And from me, you're going to get a free case or envelope. See, we get to order on October 1st. We get to pre-order for the November online exclusives. No, November's when all the envelopes come into play with. They're changing the packaging. So I'm pretty sure we'll actually know then. So maybe I will be able to order you one. Anyways, in this, you can see a bit of the example. This one says big thanks, and there's like white flowers and some blue leaves. So they've turned it into like just an all occasion thing. This one has little rainbows and something that says, I think it says healing hugs. But these same flowers that are here that are just white and blue and yellow that are all, to me, look like pointed setters. So I would think those are Christmassy. This is the stamp set. It's meant to be year round. So I can see the big thanks. This one says love you. So it took me forever to get this as a screenshot. I don't even know if we're allowed to do it, but quite honestly, I'm tired of not being able to tell people things. Like they announce this and yay, it's coming out and tell everybody about it. But some people like to see what it says. So the, I had to like stop it and try to get a screenshot, and this is like 15 minutes to get this picture. And then when I blew it up big enough to see it, you can't really see the detail. So anyway, love you. This one says, looks like it says proud of you, thinking of you for something extra special, for, I don't know, for someone. Maybe that says there, for someone extra special. Birthday wishes. I think that one says healing hugs. And then, so we have some flowers. This is would be the rainbow. We've got some leaves, some little sprigs, a butterfly, what looks like the bottom of a cupcake. So maybe the rainbow can also become the top of a cupcake. I don't know. I don't actually know what these are. I'm just guessing. But you get an all occasion stamp set. So, and it's 2 pieces. So it's not just a tiny little stamp set. It's a good size. And all of these things. So my thought is I'm ordering these, and anybody else wants to order one, let me know by next Tuesday, and I will order you that like the second they go live. Is actually, I think you have to let me know by Monday. Yes, you have to let me know by Monday, because at midnight 01 on Tuesday, I'm ordering. And then I mean I could order them later as well. This one, because of the price tag, it's that you're paying the same shipping regardless of how you do it. But then I was thinking, so we'll all have these. So maybe by October, and then we can have like a little Zoom or something. We figure out a time that works where we can all like open it together and get all excited and then have ideas for how you could use it. Or we could just all open it ourselves and have a Zoom at the end. And I could get like some cardstock and some things prepped up in a little add-on package. And then which you could just pick up. And then maybe after on the last day, then we craft a bunch of things and everybody's come up with ideas. We could, I don't know. I think there's fun ways to do this. If nothing else, I'm just getting it because I love Advent calendars and I can't wait. Can't wait. So keep that in mind. Now, in my newsletter, and I will tell you as well, I said I will have this stuff ready for next week. And there were some changes at the town, like getting the buildings and getting the right prices. And I even just before I went live, found out that what I thought I was going to be able to have, I'm not, which I thought I had pre-booked, but I don't even know anymore. I think the new system has created some issues. Like not everything went in at the same time and people were still booking. So I think that might be it. But when we had our thing on the 6th, I had some preliminary dates and some ideas. We are going to, sorry, I should have said that at the beginning. I'm going to show you a bunch of stuff. Might be a little info heavy at the beginning, but then I just got my new kit and all I can say, Cobra chicken. I can't wait to show you. Okay. So we're going to get to that one too. So on the 6th, we had our little get together and I had some dates and stuff. And I had like an idea out there for the classes. And then I realized as I was talking to people that I need to do a better job of explaining perhaps the classes. So we're going to have a class on the 18th of October. And I like fun names, which is part of my problem, right? Because maybe the fun name is not always the easiest, like maybe it doesn't obviously tell you what stuff is. So Quick and Easy Christmas, I think is what the one on the 18th is going to be called. I'm going to write these dates down. So if you're following along with the pictures, you can see. So we're going with the 18th of October. This is a Sunday afternoon. So this is from a Saturday. I'll put Saturday up there. Saturday, the 18th of October from 1 to 4. So it's 3 hours. So you have lots of time to play. And this is Quick and Easy Christmas. The next one's going to be Slow and Hard Christmas. I'm just kidding. But they're just different things, right? So Quick and Easy Christmas. Now, this is kind of designed for people who need a lot of cards. I need to find a different card. Just a minute. Why do I have like 80 things in front of me? Why do I not have one that I can use? Just a minute. I just don't want to. Okay. This is just a standard size card, right? Right. We don't really need the envelope for the purpose of today's example. So this is a standard size card. So this is a note card, right? So the note card is, of course, I pick a white card because that's easy. Let's try this again. I'm going to pick this one. That's the other side of it. It does actually look better on the other side. Okay, this is a standard size card. So this is a note card. Okay, so a note card is just a bit smaller than a regular card. Note cards can be mailed. There's limits at Canada Post, and this basically just meets the smallest size. So like anything smaller than a note card is too small to mail, at least in Canada. But these ones are mailable. So just because they're a little bit smaller does not mean you can't mail them out. But it also works well if you have like client cards you need to give, or you're a teacher and you write a card for everybody in your class, or like, so you don't necessarily want to make big time consuming expensive cards. You want, you guessed it, quick and easy. So I had said there's these 2 stamp sets. These 2 stamp sets are new in the Christmas mini that just came out. This is one of my absolute favorites. The other one, I'll show you afterwards. Oh my goodness, I'm in love with the other one. But this is one of my favorites. I had a blast playing with this stamp set. I really like this one too. This one reminds me, and I should have looked it up ahead of time, and I have a few of them. There's a set of statues you can get that are like carved natural wood, and they're the same thing. People have mixed opinions of the no coloring or no faces. But do you know which one I mean? Oh, I have them. They're in the other room. Because I have one from when my dog that had passed years ago. I got one with a lady holding a little boy when my son was born, and I have the 4 seasons. Oh, yeah, it escapes me what they're called. Anyways, they're awesome little statues. So this is what this reminds me of. So I quite like this. Now, I am not myself religious, but I do need to make a few religious cards every year. And this one I quite liked. So I got it out. So I had originally said, sorry, I'm going to try to look and see. I don't know that I saved it. There was a demonstrator who colored this, and she added a face to them. Like a really easy way to add a face too. She just drew like this. Like she just put some little eyes and a mouth. That's not how she did the mouth. I don't know how she did the mouth. That one, it looks like they have a little expression on them. It'll just make a smile. But anyway, so they just like that. Like she just added little lines to all of their faces, and it, boom, they had faces, and it was amazing what a difference that made. So don't be put off if, because some people don't like the fact they don't have faces. Okay, I don't have the other one, but I will find it and post it at some point. Okay, so these were the two. So I said we're going to make note cards, and we like these two sets are perfect for it. Now here's the thing: if you don't want this set at all, you don't have to use any of it. Or if you want to only make this set, then don't use this one. But I will also have other sets that are simple. The idea behind the quick and easy class is that this is a pack of note cards. This is how they come. There's 20 note cards and 20 envelopes. They are pre-cut, they're pre-scored, and the envelopes are in there. So you'll either be able to say, I want a full 20, and you do not have to use them all like for this, but if you need to pump out a bunch of quick ones, so this is this, or you can ask for a half a pack, and I will open one up and split it so then you get 10 of each, right? So that's the idea. I'm not prepping a bunch of cardstock. I'm not prepping a bunch of layers or DSP or any of that stuff, but I will have other stamp sets available. These ones just work so beautifully. So I will show you what I did. So I needed this one, and I was trying to start with like super basic. This is the idea behind note cards, right? Is like, this is just, I stamped these guys in one color, and I stamped the stars, and for unto us a child is born in another color. Sorry, I got the envelopes behind. It's making the card look different. Now, in this case, I stamped it on the layer, and I just popped the layer up, but you could also stamp it directly on the card, and it would look like that. This one, I did a little bit of brushing behind. I also, oh, come let us adore him. I figured if you didn't put the stars, this could be good for like a baby boy. That made me laugh. So this is just, like I had little squares of paper, you just cut a square. So I just popped him up, and I just did a little bit of ink behind it. This one, same idea as the first one, only I put, this is actually from the other one. Again, I am not religious, but I thought this was like so clever. So grateful for the gift of you. Oh my God, I just loved it together. I did go to Catholic school, but so I understand. So this is just another one of the note cards. This is stamped directly on, and then this is just on a light color piece of paper, and I just popped it up because, you know, I like to mention those. Look at the little cuties. All is calm, all is bright. And this one I put like just, I was trying to get the night sky. I tried several different ways to get the night sky, and in the end I went with this. I stamped the little lambs, well, mama and baby lamb. I fussy cut them out because I love to fussy cut. Did a little, like, this is stamps, inks, and paper, right? This is what I will have. I'll have some extra cardstock. I'll have some little things. I might even bring some punches, and I'll have a bunch of inks, and basically you're going to stamp a bunch of things, and if you want to fussy cut. This is another one. I basically just stamped it on the card. This guy I stamped, little baby Jesus. I stamped him. I fussy cut it, and then I colored him in a little bit with the blends, right? So very simple cards, but I like them. Okay. So, and this one, I will admit there was less like variability I could find in it, but I seriously, I make 3 religious cards a year to give to my mom, to give to her friends that want them. And the rest of the time, I'm all about the red, white, green, Santa, snowflakes, you know, that kind of stuff. So this gift of joy, when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, I love that. And then I started playing. So this is the same thing. These are stamped. This one is stamped, and then this one I stamped and cut out and popped up. It's maybe not easy to see there. This one I had some little squares, and this one I will bring the square punches because they work really well. So I just punched out some pattern paper and stuck it behind them. This one I just punched out cardstock and just put it straight. And this one I just stamped directly onto it. And this one I put a little bit of cardstock behind when I stamped, and that one I just stamped, and that one I just stamped. This one I stamped on a circle, and then I colored it in a little bit. This one got a little bit of paper. Seriously, if I didn't have other things that I had to do, I would have kept playing with these. I didn't even do all the cards that I had ideas for. Oh my God, I love this stamp set, and I love these little cards. And this is me, like I said. red, green, a little bit of yellow in there, the traditional, you know, type thingies. So these are quick. And that's the whole point, right? So when I put out the registration, you'll be able to pick 10, 20. I guess you could pick 40 if you wanted 2 packs. You just order an extra pack. The class will be for 10 or 20, and then you'll have the option if you want to add on an extra pack, or if you want to add on one of these stamp sets so you can do more of it at home, or any other stamp set you want to buy, you can do. I will show you this though, because when I was making those cards, right, and they had this one here. This is how things go sometimes. This is like one of the bows on top. And so I put the two of them together, and I thought that looks like a flower. Yes, it does. So this is the two bows together that look like a flower. This is the string that holds the ornament. These two things that make the leaves are the half of the ornament that fills in the ornament. If you look at this one here, you'll see there's like the yellow here. There's a stamp that has two like little semicircles on it. Well, I just inked up half of it and stamped this. That's how I made the butterflies. That's the part from there. And then the one that I showed you with the ornament at the DSP at the very end, I just stamped a little bit of this to give it grass. And then the happiest birthday wishes actually came out of one of the other, it came out of the branches one that we're using for extravaganza that I just happen to have on my desk. But I realized afterwards, I could have used this same stamp set, and as a birthday card, I still could have put so grateful for the gift of you. I think that's cute for a birthday. I could have just done happy, happy, happy. Or I could just could have left it. So look at this though. This is made with the exception of that, with a Christmas set. Seriously, so much fun playing with that stamp set. Okay, so that is the class on the 18th. So when you get it, understand that even though I'm going to list those two as like two very perfectly suited sets for that idea, it's really about picking the note cards and picking it. And if you say, yes, I want to do the note cards, but I want to use something else, just let me know so I know to make sure I have the stamp set. Okay. Those of you who are coming, I will send an email later, but the 8th of October or 8th of November is the OGX. Any of the stuff I show you, like, and I will do the show and tell. I'll show you the stuff that we've already done. I have so many, these baskets like this with like stacks of cards in them. I have, I think 7 or 8 now, just from getting everything ready for extravaganza, for the open house, and for these classes, and then just playing because I like to. I have 8 baskets that I have to take pictures of and post for show and tell. So once I get there, so any of the things you see will be options at OGX on the 8th of November. You know who you are. If you don't know what OGX is, sorry, that means you're not part of it's a private event. And then the next one we're going to do on the 29th of November. And this one is called North Pole Delivery. Now that's what the suite is called. North Pole Delivery. It's also a Saturday. It's also from 1 to 4. And I'm going to prep a bunch of stuff for you. And this class is going to be a little more expensive, like because of what you're getting for it. So I have to order, for each person that comes, I have to order a pack of paper. So there will be a ton of stuff prepped for you to make just a whole schwack of cards. Everybody's going to get their own package. Yours will not be written on and opened and half used like mine is, but everybody will get their own pack of embellishments. And then everybody's going to get, and unfortunately we don't sell these cases anymore because they're perfect for this. I will give you a clear envelope to put your stuff in. You're going to get 2 of the die cut sheets from the pack of paper. And the 2 die cut sheets are all these punch outs. So what you have in here is and I've used a bunch of them, you'll see, but this is just the leftovers. Like when you look at how much is left in this thing, this is the leftover part. I'll show you the ones I used. Okay, so there's houses and post offices. There's a bunch of animals, and each one of the animals, I don't know if there's any one that I didn't use. Oh, nope, that's a different one. So each one of them is in there. Oh, here we go. I didn't use these guys. Look at that. So on the sheet, you get 2 of each die cut, right? So this case, you have little dash hound. One's walking this way, one's walking this way, right? So you'll get 2 of each. They're not identical, but they're going like they're just mirror images of each other, which is perfect if you want to make like cutesy little cards. There's a bunch that are stamps. You get a bunch of there's all sorts of animals in this thing. There's dogs, cats, bears, fox, mice, squirrels, You get a bunch of different envelopes. You get a bunch of different mailboxes. You get a bunch of vehicles. Oh, I used a bunch of the vehicles. And it's the same thing with the vehicles, right? One going in each direction. There's 4 different colors. So you have 8 vehicles, 4 go left, 4 go right. There's a bunch of those. There's a bunch of animals. There's cats. There's dogs. There's little mailboxes there too. There's so many things. I haven't used them yet because I'm thinking I'm going to use them on like a different thing. But these ones, if anybody needs to make Harry Potter cards, there's 2 of these little Hedwigs in there. They're not exactly Hedwig, but they're close. Look, there's a hedgehog, a chipmunk, all sorts of little things. This was my idea because there's the stamp set that comes with this. Has these little, a little stamp that makes these little feet. And it works perfectly to make like a pet background on your thing. Plus, you can stamp them and die cut them. And I have a whole bunch pre-made, and I will have even more pre-made. So, and they come out in little pairs. So if you want, you can just add these on afterwards if you want to put like little footprints going or little things. I don't know what else is in there. But anyways, then there's a stamp set. And this thing that says like sending merry tidings or from the North Pole, Merry Christmas and happy wishes, hoping this is the most magical Christmas yet. I love this stamp set. As you will tell, because I have already used a bunch of it. So there's a bunch of dies, so you can cut all the bits and pieces out. But there's this magic die. See where it here says plus box die? It's because it doesn't fit in here. So there's this. And I've already done, like I've already worked out a bunch of stuff, and I got templates. And so everybody's going to get this. So you're going to get a ton of things for your die cutting. So for the most part, you can stamp the insides, you can stamp the envelopes, you can stamp sentiments, but like most of the imagery you want, you can use these things. So you can make a lot in a shorter period of time because everybody's going to have this big, huge thing. Sorry, I just got some kind of software update message popped up in the middle of everything. Now, what can you make with those, you say? Okay, so we'll start with the boxes because they're in the front. So you make these adorable. Oh my God. I said no. I don't know how to get rid of it. Okay, I'm going to put disagree and see if it goes away. Okay, so you can make these cute little boxes that have these little closures on them. That's what the big die makes, right? And this one has what? Tea bags and mitts in it. This one is also, I was not paying attention and I completely cut the paper upside down. Everything's wrong. But see, there's one of the little cars. And so you don't have to put it on that side. You can put it on this side. This one, you can stamp. You can make it out of cardstock and you can stamp a little bit. You can stamp it in there. Look at this little guy. This is actually stamped and cut. This is one of the images from the stamp set, not one of the die cuts. You can do it without that closure and make this kind of a closure, right? Where you just pop it in with a ribbon. We have this one, you can stamp on it. I have the template, so you have to stamp in different directions to make it. I love these little envelopes, right? And you can make this, if you glue all the sides, it makes it more like a box. There is a way, like one of the demonstrators, I've seen a few different ways of doing it, and a little trial and error, I figured it out. You can make them into gift card holders because these alone aren't they're wide enough, they're just not long enough for a gift card. But quite honestly, there's easier ways to make a gift card holder than to use this as the gift card holder. And these you can, like, you notice these are 2 different colors, right? You could make this closure on anything. So I could make an easier gift card holder and still make this like closure. So I'm not sure we'll make gift card holders with them necessarily, but these little boxes are adorable. So I will have prepped a bunch of things. I will pre-cut a whole bunch of cardstock so that you could just like this. So you can decide if you want to stamp on it or not, because if you don't use it, I will, right? And then I will pre-cut a bunch of tags. I had the idea of having a complete tag and treat class, which I'll show you in a minute, but I didn't get a bunch of yeses on that one. So I think we're just going to incorporate treats and tags into each class. So if you need to make tags, let me know, but I will just kind of prep a few things. So these are just made with like die cuts, right? I had a little piece that I stamped on. This tag is from a different set, but I'll pre-cut a bunch of those. So if you want to make tags, there'll be that option. And then I will cut a bunch of the DSP, the patterns that work best because they're non-directional. I will pre-cut a bunch of the boxes. So you could just like whichever boxes you need. And then I'll pre-cut a bunch of DSP so you can make cards. So this was a favorite. This has this really fuzzy ribbon in it, which is awesome. But I'll cut a bunch of them fairly standard sizes and just sort of prep a bunch of these cards. Some of these layouts are the same, but you'll notice So I put this down. I stamp directly on this DSP because it's easy to stamp on. These are all die cuts, right? There's some little presents, some little cute little mouse, little bear. This is the paper and the die cuts. More die cuts. These ones I actually stamped and colored and cut myself and then just kind of stuck them over top. They don't exactly fit, but I kind of stuck them because I need this card for someone with 2 gray cats. So you can customize your animals if you need to. I love this sentiment though. Most magical yet. I think that's awesome. So I will cut a bunch of them in this, like to do this one. Here's another one that's just like paper and die cuts. Sending merry tidings from here to there. These are die cuts. We have the old postage dies. So I will pre-cut a bunch of like the ones in coordinating colors, this size. So you can, this is stamped on, or you have the option to put a piece of DSP over top of it. These are just the same. Some of the papers are kind of vanilla, some are white. This is my absolute favorite card that I made out of this entire set. I absolutely, absolutely love this card. So this paper needs to be cut a certain way. So I will cut a couple sheets of this into these strips. So you'll be able to make a ton of these cards if you want. You get 8 of these little vehicles. And I don't think it matters which way you put it on this card, it would work. So you'll be able to knock off a bunch of really cute cards, make a bunch of treat holders, and might even still have leftover die cuts for future projects. So that is North Pole delivery, which is at the end of November. Okay, I gotta speed this up a little bit. I'm not gonna be able to get this kit together. I might have to do a separate video for the thing. I'll show you the thing and see if we can pull out some of the stuff. Maybe I'll just go over a little bit. Who knows? Okay, so then the other stuff I got, I will just tell you, it'll be around and available. So I think I'm just gonna have to like let people know, unless there's other people out there that want to do a specific class. This is my other favorite set from here, and it, again, feel free to like it or not like it. Some people find it creepy, some people find it adorable. I'm adorable. Actually, I am adorable. I am one of the people who finds it adorable. This is part of the reason I didn't get a ton of other things done, because once I started playing with this, I couldn't stop. This is where the tag comes from and some of the really cute trees and snowflakes you see. Oh, good Lord, did I have fun with this. So the idea was between this one and the baking sets was to make tags and treats. I can even show you, I told you, it's a problem. I have this many extra ones that I was cutting and coloring that I didn't even make into anything yet because I was having so much fun with them. So I'm going to move. I'm starting to get too many things piled up here, and I'm running out of spaces. Just a minute. So look at this. You know, me and my treat holders. Oh my God. I just think they're too adorable. So, and you can just cut a blank one, and then you can stamp on the back, right? So you can make little treats that say things. They're tiny but they're so cute. Oh my goodness. So you could make that in any one of the styles. Tags, I love making tags. I was such a surprise. I wish I knew who to give the credit for on this last one, but so this is the stamp, the bear from the other set, the Jolly Delivery one. I just stamped him twice, like just the top part of him to get these parcels. I love making tags. I don't even use fancy tags like this, but you could also make these tags and stick them on a card, and it works as well too. There's Santa. There's the snowman. You could also, instead of making the tags, you could turn this layout into a card quite easily. Like, I'll help you with that if you want. Now, this is how I found out about this other one. My bestie had somebody tell her that they saw a demonstrator who showed how to do this. So 4 steps removed somewhere out there is a demonstrator who figured out that you could take Santa and turn him into a lumberjack. It's just not the cutest thing ever. And I have a super cute card made with this that is custom colored to match somebody. But I'm not giving it to him until Friday, so you can't see that one yet. I'll have a picture to post of that one. But oh my God, look at this. Is this not adorable? So yes, you can make treats. I would have made one of each of them in treat holders, but seriously, I ran out of time playing with the darn things. And then look at these cards, right? So any one of those layouts, look at them. They're bloody adorable. This is one of my favorite ones. This is the masking technique. Yes, I like to color. I like to fussy cut. I was having, just seriously. And this one says, we wish you a Merry Christmas. So if you need a group card, and this is easier than you would think. Masking it's easy. So this is the fun I was having with this set. And then I didn't have as much time to play with the other set. I've only kind of got one of each. I was a little disappointed, I will admit. The cookie sheets don't scream cookie sheet. Like when you see them really up close, you can see there's a couple little score lines. But when I turned them into my little cookie holders, they don't scream that they're meant to look like cookie sheets. But oops, it's beginning to look. Oh, because I have the hiccups all of a sudden. But these little gingerbread men, oh my god, they're adorable. Look at that. And there's candy canes and Santa's hats. Oh, there you go. So again, I like to make tags. So this is some more of the stuff in there. And it looks a bit more, I think, like a cookie sheet on this one. And then I just made a card where I had cookie sheets and confetti and Christmas dough and you name it, right? So it's lots of fun. So you'll have to let me know if you want. If not, like I said, those on the 8th, let me know. And because some stuff I'm prepping and some stuff I'm not. So that's the big thing there. Okay, we have 10 minutes. Let's see how fast we can do a paper pumpkin kit in 10 minutes. Sorry. I realize I've been just like, whee, to get through all that information. Just need to wet my whistle. Okay. So this paper pumpkin kit shipped last week, and I should have had it, Friday or Monday. And so I'm following the tracking because I'm a big child who has no patience. And it got as far as Calgary on Saturday. But then it just kept showing delayed. And I was like, come on. So it arrived today. And I did see a card similar to this. I didn't realize that's what it was. And I was like, oh, I like that card. I wonder how. So as soon as I opened it up, I'm like, oh, that's where that card came from. But I need to, because you won't be able to see it. It has a Cajun Craze ink spot and it has a little stamp set. But you're not going to, oh, look at that. I just broke my cardinal rule. Open packaging with my paper scissors. I got to get to the piece of paper that shows the stamp set so you can see, because I can see it up close, but you won't be able to see it on there. So there's some dimensionals that usually comes. Ooh, we got some pre-cut strips of grosgrain ribbon. Okay, so it's going to make these 3 fall cards. Now I did know that there was these little leaf stamps and stuff and little acorns and that were in there. So I was like, I was looking at the stamp set because I wanted to get a better look at those because I knew they were coming. And I swear to God, I yelled out loud. My son, who just happened to be upstairs making tea at the time, said, "What is wrong?" And I immediately sent a message to my friend saying, "Flock of geese." Because I was so excited. There is a flock of geese. We have a bunch of other ones that are birds. We get the little M-birds, seagulls, but I was so excited. I guess this is how you know you're a true Canadian. Entire flock of the cobra chickens. Seriously, I was so excited. But then I looked at warm wishes. You know how much I love a snowman card that says warm wishes, or a snowy card? Thankful. Wishing you the happiest of days. Love this sentiment. And thinking of you, that comes in handy all the time. But look at this. I wasn't expecting the pumpkins and acorns. I just thought there'd be some little leaves. This is an awesome stamp set. I was so excited. But seriously, the geese, oh my goodness. I don't know why. It spoke to me. Ooh, look at this. Okay, so we got envelopes. This coordinates with, I didn't even bring it in here. It's in the other. I was using it over there. Do I have any? So there's Fall for Toile is one of the sets. This is Toile. And it's in the mini catalog, and there's a bunch of paper. So these envelopes have 3 different color flaps and basically the Toile pattern on them. So this coordinates. So if you love this and you want to make more of these type things, then what you need to do is you order the other suite, and then you can mix and match and make even more cool things. So, oh my goodness, there is all sorts of stuff in here. So this is one of the card bases. I may or may not get to finish these, so we're going to do this a slightly different way, and then I will finish them and take pictures afterwards. So, because I've decided I'm not going to make everybody sit and wait on me. So there's one card base. There's just so many pieces, though. This is another one of the card bases. I'm going to do this way because that's actually the front. This one is directional. So this is a nice little pattern. I love this pattern, actually. So you could, again, split these cards in half and mount them on cardstock because they're 2-sided. This has the lovely Toile again. And then This one in the picture, I gotta move the card bases out. They keep yeah, see, they keep sticking things in between. I'm trying to find out where all the little bits and pieces are. They keep sticking in between the card layers. And this one, in the picture, like on the front, I just thought it was like white. It was like, hey, it's just a bit, but it's not. It's kind of looks like linen. I don't know if you'll get gotta get the right angle to make it look. Looks like linen. Very cool. And this is one that you're going to stamp all over the base with the little leaves. I can see in the picture there, and make kind of your own background. Okay, so there we go. 3 card bases. And then this one, look at this. Damn, that's awesome. Corn. Corn is very fallish. There's extras. So there's 3 of each of these cards. So I'm just putting all the extras away. This one gets, oh, I thought I was going to have to cut and color those. No, there's die cuts. This one gets 2 of these, I think. Look, that's the wrong one. I'm looking at the pictures. But what I really should do is go like that. Because yes, I was pretty sure you got 2. Because judging by the picture, they go like this. And then this one gets some pumpkins that are die cut. Sorry, I'm probably off screen right now. And a cute little fox. Who is the thankful one? Thankful, thankful, thankful. This one gets thankful. And then these are, excuse me, in the new rascal. Sorry, somebody had the nerve to come on our street without permission. In the new mini catalog or the online exclusives, I can't remember now. I'm pretty sure it's the mini catalog. There's this brown, oh, I happen to have one of them here. This brown foil paper. Whoa. Oh, it is awesome. It looks so good embossed as well. So these leaves are made out of the same idea. And they, go like this somewhere. I'm not exactly sure because now I opened it up so I could make sure I put the right stuff with the right stuff. And so I don't actually remember what the card looks like now. Those are extras. Look at these ones. This is the one I saw the card and I was like, she did a little fun fold with it. But so you have 3 of these. But this one goes over here. And I think what she did, because I remember seeing white, because you can fold this back and then it kind of makes like a Z fold and it stands up differently. That's what she had done. But this one goes on here with the thankful. Get some of these have circles. Okay, so this guy gets a circle because I got to make some acorns. This guy gets a circle because he gets wishing happiest of days. And this one gets the thinking of you one, a long skinny one for thinking of you. So this is how the cards are. So this one, the idea is that you stamp the little geese up here and you can put a little, oh my goodness, look at that, thinking of you with your little pumpkin and your fox. And when you pop these up, I'll just use my open dimensionals. When you pop these up, before you, so these are the mini dimensionals, which are the ones I use the absolute most. And I still will cut them in half, even though they're the smallest ones. Because in this case, like you want the whole thing to stand up. So you do want to put one on his tail. Yeah, 2 on his body, 1 on his tail. Don't cheap out on the dimensionals because it looks so much better when he stands like he's supposed to. So when you put the dimensional behind and it gives you that little bit of distance, it just makes them pop. So they stand out even more. And so the pumpkin, same thing. We're going to put dimensionals on the back of the pumpkins. So that's going to go in the bottom corner there. If you wanted to, you could just like mix, there's 3 of each. There's 4 of those actually. So you could make a different one, say thinking of you, but you could also just like cut a circle. I'll just borrow this one for now. You could just cut a circle and put it there if you wanted to put a different sentiment on there than thinking of you. You just cut your own. Where does this go? Oh, it goes like that. Okay. Sorry, I just have to look because this one just has dimensionals, but I think that's big enough that I have a feeling it does too. Okay. So that's how that one goes. I'm trying to figure out which one. Oh, that's which one has it. Oh, I'm such a dork. I absolutely love bags and boxes. And this little bag with its like resealable little thing, I'm looking at this thinking, oh my God, look at the size of this. This is perfect. I'm gonna have to save this bag. Oh yeah. Okay, so these are designed. I'll skip, we're gonna do that one last apparently. So these ones are, excuse me, designed like this. So you can put your little flower or put your leaves in. And actually, I'm not gonna put them three like that. I'm gonna go like this. So that goes that. Stamp on this one, boom, and you can stamp the little, I guess it's your choice if you want to, but you can stamp the little leaves around here, right? So that's how that one goes. So those two go together fairly easily. And then this guy, you can use the little acorn stamp and stamp acorns on there. Try to cut some shedding. Put this back up where you can see. So these little mini dimensionals, and that's what, so this one you definitely want to be generous with the dimensionals, because if you don't, you will have a saggy card front. And we don't want a saggy card front. So to me, you don't want to go much more than an inch. Like if you're putting something big down, you don't want to go much more than an inch. If you want to put like 2 on this side and put an extra, that's fine too. I'm just in the interest of time. And it's because it's not like I don't have dimensionals. But yeah, you want to make sure that you don't go too far with them. If you're putting, if in this case, if you screw up the spacing, just add it. I could have probably put one less there. And make sure you're getting them all over. If you're going to put a label or something on top of it, make sure there's dimensionals underneath. Yeah, putting one, excuse me, I'm losing my voice. Putting one on each there. Okay, so now this is going to pop up above, which you can't, like I said, I don't think it shows enough on camera, but it is amazing what a difference just popping up on dimensionals does. And then this one, we're going to stamp an acorn on here. I'm going to do it just so I'm just going to show you this one last little tip because it's going to make your life easier. And then I'm going to go because you guys have things to do. There we go. See my little box that I was working on. I need my acorn. Acorns. So, you know, you get new stamps, right? Photopolymer. Just give them a little squish. I put the ink on so they don't stick. Like I want to, and that gets rid of any of the like processing stuff. This one has brown foil trim on it. It's not exactly even, so I was just kind of spinning it around to get it so that the 3 sides that you're gonna see the most of are the most even. So we want to put this here, and we want to put the word thankful kind of tucked underneath it. So I'm going to put dimensionals on this. Right? Oh my good Lord, I love this card. This like half tree thing. Oh my God, look how pretty this is. So this is the one I don't actually have fall for 12 that has like the big huge tree. And I thought the tree like fills the card, but this only showing half of it. Love that idea. Okay, so this we're going to put down now, right? So you could put your glue dots on the frame to keep it like this, but this is a fairly big piece. So I think once you decide where you want the thankful to go and where you want this to go, I would suggest, let's pretend that's stuck down because it keeps moving on me. Oh, who am I kidding? It's never going to stay still for me. I'm just going to do this. The only disadvantage to putting this many, although I will tell you, one of the ladies that when we did the little scrapbooking thing, on a big scrapbooking sheet, you do put a lot of dimensionals because you don't want it to be all saggy, especially when you close the, like in like your albums and there's pictures and there's, you know, some of them have 3D items or little flip flaps or things on them. You definitely don't want all that stuff squishing out. So she was putting a lot of dimensionals on, but on a bigger, on this one, these ones, maybe it wouldn't matter as much, but on this one, you definitely want to pick the ones off the edge. But on a really big item, if you put a whole bunch of dimensionals, the dimensionals are to hold it up, not necessarily to stick it down. So in that case, you actually wouldn't have to worry about peeling the back off every single one of the dimensionals. In this case, I definitely want to make sure I've peeled them off the edges though. So this is what I do. I want this centered, right? So I can see the bottom. I wasn't even looking at the top. I'm looking at the bottom and I'm looking at, seriously, I don't know with my voice. I'm looking at these three sides to make sure that I have even spacing, and it's about a ½ inch. So if I can put them down that way even, and I can keep the sides going straight, when I put it down, the top's going to be the same because we have an even border. But I don't have to try to get every corner the same. I just need to get part of it. You could do, if it's easier to do the top first. Okay, so I'm going to put this here just so I know how big it is, because I want to make sure that this does not go past the edge of the card or it won't go in the envelope. And then I'm taking the back off of these ones. And I'll tell you, one of the best things Stampin' Up! Came up with was their embossing kit with these reverse something scissors. I don't remember what they are. I don't remember the actual name, but look at that. So now, instead of putting my big meat hooks in the way, I can do this, because then I can just drop it down and it'll go. So now, I'm trying not to cover the word. There we go. I'm going to tuck just a little bit of this under. So now I can decide where I want the word thankful to go. I'm going to put it right there, which is just enough. Of course, now I can't let go of it the way I want to. Okay, so I've stuck the word thankful down. Okay, so what I was trying to say earlier is, so this is going to go like this now, right? So I could put just on here, but then these pieces are kind of squishy too. So now that I know where this is going to go, I'm actually going to put the dimensionals on the card base where I know they need to go, because I know where this is, and peel them off, because it's easier to put them there than it is to try to guess where on here to put them, because you don't want to hit this and you don't want this all cockeyed. You don't want, so I'm going to do like that. Now you could put glue dots here as well. And actually, because I have this little half one here, I can also do this. I could also put one on this side if I want, right? Butted up against there. So I don't actually have to put it on the frame. I can put it on the card because I know where I want it to go. And then when I put this little guy down, he's just hitting all of those. So he's not going to sag. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Damn, I love these cards. Sorry. Darn, I love these cards. I don't think I'm allowed to say that word on here. So there we go. That is the September paper pumpkin. And I'm sorry. I know I said I was going to be done, but I can't be. You know why I can't be? One more stamp. Oops, I did take that thing down. I have to chill. I have to take a deep breath so I don't screw up my card base, because I only get one of them. But seriously, people, I'm so excited about these. Now, I like to stamp on the envelopes. Actually, maybe I'll do that instead. I buried the envelopes. The envelopes are in here somewhere. So even though the flap of this envelope is lovely decorated on the back, when you look at the front, there is no decorations. So I also like to stamp here. I'll move these because I also like to stamp on the inside of the card. So I'm going to use like these little images to stamp on here. Flock of geese. Love it. Love it. Actually, this one, because they're birds, they should be higher up. But on an envelope, I don't want to put them up there, because if I mail it, then, you know. But look at that. Flock of geese. I'm so excited about the geese. It's ridiculous, but I'm so excited about the geese. Okay, there we go. I'm done. I'm done making you wait. Okay, so there is, we'll finish these up and take pictures, like I said. Look at that little red fox, is awesome. Okay, so that is the September kit. I meant to check. Actually, you know, it's funny because this is supposed to go like be folded like that. But if you wanted to, you could just, you know, have it jaunty angle. Let me see if I could go quickly enough. What is today? Today is the 17th. Okay. Let me know if you didn't order this kit and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I need my own goose stamp. Or you just like the cards and you actually just want the kit for all the other awesome things that come in this kit. Because seriously, this is a good stamp set. I will know on the 21st. So the 21st is like Sunday. Yes. Oh, look at me go. If there are going to be any extra kits available that include the stamp set, or sometimes all they have is the refills. So maybe you already ordered the kit and you just want more of the cards. like just the consumable parts. So with the refills, you don't get the stamp set and you don't get the ink spot, but you get all the other stuff. Let me know and I will keep an eye on it because I have a reminder on my phone and I always check to see if there are. Oh my God, I cannot get over how much I love this card. Like I like them. I love the stamp set. It's all good. But this card alone speaketh to meeth. I will be keeping one of these and putting it in a nice little frame so I can look at it in my office because holy cow, do I like it. Just like, oh, just love it. Anyway, so let me know if you need this kit. I will have the posters done up and the pictures taken and all the pricing and everything done for the classes that I gave you all the details on. And I will post those, and then for sure they'll be in next week's newsletter. If you want the Advent kit, you want to join me and go down the fun Advent calendar road, let me know. Once we get it, we can decide timing and if you want to Zoom or whatever. But even if you just want it so you could sit alone in your craft room and just giggle like I will be doing and enjoying your little Advent calendar, let me know by Tuesday. And if you want to, there we go. If you want anything from the stamp sale, I need to know. I just clued in today is actually, this is the problem, man. Holy cow. Today is actually Wednesday. Tomorrow is the stamp sale. I was thinking today was Tuesday and this, I apologize, people. Let me know tonight, or because I just realized what day it is and I did not do the proper, I thought I would have tomorrow to post. Okay. Let me know by tonight if you have an order. If not, I'll be ordering tomorrow. So I did give a heads up in my newsletter, but I realize now I didn't give a heads up online. So let me know if anybody wants to order. Stamp sales tomorrow. Ding, ding. Okay. It's been fun. I enjoy it. Happy to be back. Have a great week, everybody. Take care. Let me know if you need help with anything.